Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we discussed about the advantages and limitations of partnership. Now let's begin with the types of partners. So in that the first partner is active partner. Active partner means according to Partnership Act, the person who becomes a partner and takes keen means important part in the management is called an active partner, and such a partner gets his agreed share in profit and loss, and for the activities of the firm he is called an agent of other partners, that is known as active partner. Then second is sleeping or dormant partner. That means the person who becomes a partner by partnership agreement and bears the loss or profit but does not take an active part in the management of the firm, then he is called a dormant or sleeping partner. Then the third is nominal partner. Nominal partner means the person who allows his name to be used by the firm. That person is known as the nominal partner. He or she is just for a partner to to allow his name to be used by the firm, that is known as nominal partner. Then fourth one is partner in profit only. In this, a person is made a partner in the firm to take advantage of the special skills, knowledge and experience, then such a person is called a partner in profit only. Then fifth is partner by an estoppel or holding out. This means that the person who has not signed the partnership agreement does not bring capital and does not even share the profit, but on the basis of his behavior, when a third party assumes that assume him as a partner, then he is called the partner by estoppel or holding out. Then sixth one is minor partner. Minor partner means according to Partnership Act only an adult person is able to sign the partnership agreement or partnership deed. Therefore only an adult person can become a partner and a minor cannot become. But in case if a partner dies, then his minor child can be made a minor partner, but a minor partner has liability to pay the debt of the firm. So creditors cannot take the personal property of the minor partner when he become an adult, and if he desires, then he can become a partner just like other partners. So these were the types of partners. Now let's look at the types of partnership firm. So there are three types of partnership firm. The first one is according to time limit, second one is according to liability, third one is according to registration. Again, according to time limit includes partnership at will, then term partnership firm, and third one is partnership firm for a specific work. Then according to liability includes partnership firm with limited liability and partnership firm with unlimited liability. We have already seen the meaning of limited liability and unlimited liability. And the third one is according to registration includes registered partnership firm and unregistered partnership firm. So these are the types of partnership firm. Now next is registration of a partnership firm. So registration of partnership firm can be done according to the Partnership Act 1932. But registration of a firm is not compulsory, but there are certain disadvantages if registration is not done. Therefore registration of firm is advisable. Now let's look at the details which is included in the registration form. So first one is name and address of the firm, branches of the firm, name, address and telephone numbers of the partners, date of admission of each partner, the ratio of profit and loss of each partner, details regarding capital of partners and duration of the firm. These are the information which is included in the registration form. And if you want your partnership firm to be registered, you can go to the registrar of the firm, which is an appointed officer by the state government. So for registration, necessary information are to be filled in by all the partners and the form is to be submitted to the registrar by paying fees. So after considering the above details, the registrar registers the firm and issues the certificate. Then what are the advantages of registration of the firm? So first advantage is for recovery of firm's dues, and the firm can file a claim in the court of law. Then second one is partner of the firm can file a case in court of law against other partners or firm. Then third advantage is a partner can demand justice from the court of law for his right and share. Fourth one is the retiring partner, by giving notice to public, can free himself from his liabilities. And fifth one is the existence of the firm becomes public through registration. So these are the advantages only if you have made the registration of the firm. If you don't register your firm, you will not get these advantages. This advantage is for only those firms which are registered. Now let's look at the partnership agreement or partnership deed. So partnership is a relation originating from the partnership deed. This deed or agreement can be written form or oral, and written agreement is more preferable. So these are the details which is included in the partnership deed, or we can say the partnership agreement. Now the difference is also given. The difference between sole proprietorship and partnership, you must do the difference, because it is most probably to ask in the exam. So please do these differences by heart, these differences between the sole proprietorship and partnership form. So with this, now we are done with the revision of the chapter number 5. So from the next video, we are going to start with the next chapter, that is chapter number 6. And still, if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. Thank you.